Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Be Affirmed. I'm your host, B. Collier Speaks. I'm so glad you came to hang out with me today. Whether you're beginning your day or ending your day with me, this is your essential place for affirmation, inspiration, and mentorship. Let's get ready to be affirmed. So, you know how I am. I try not to do all of this extra talking before we jump right in. And so, I want to get to our conversation for today. Uh, I think you've done something kind of hurtful to yourself. Yeah. I think that some of the decisions that you're making are not the best decision. Well, Brian, you don't know me. Oh, I know you better than you think. Let me ask you a question. I want you to think about that thing that you've always wanted to do, dreamed of doing, hoped that you would accomplish one day. I want you to think of what that is. Now, I want to ask you a question. Why haven't you done it yet? No. I'm not talking about the small laundry list of to-do list. No, I'm talking about that major life-altering goal, that plan, that ambition, that hobby, whatever it was that you wanted to try, you wanted to do, and you didn't do it. Let me ask you a question. Why didn't you do it? I've asked myself this a lot of times, the podcast, the business, other things in my life. Bryant, why haven't you done it? And I have come to a realization in my own life that I think may fit where you are as well. I talked myself out of it. Yeah. And I'm sure you can relate to what I'm talking about because in our head, in our mind, we go over and over and over thinking about what could go wrong. What would happen if this, and we need this, and we need this person, and we need that person. And let me tell you this, stop talking yourself out of it. You are single handedly talking yourself out of your own destiny, your future, what the world needs from you. We started out the season talking about just starting it. But now I need to have a separate conversation. Because what happens is when we start what we're working on, whatever our thought process is, we start planning it. And in that planning process, we bring the dynamite to that conversation. And by the time we're finished with the planning process, we've already decided that it's not for something that we need to do anymore. Hear me, come closer, friends. You can do this, but you've got to stop talking you out of it. We blame everybody else. Well, this person said this, and I feel like I need this person for this, and I wanted this person. Those excuses don't matter. It's you. Because at the end of the day, if that person lives or dies, what is built inside of you is still there. But you have to do it. And you have to choose to do it every day. Being successful is not a one-time choice. A person that enrolls in school can't just be excited about school that one day. It takes consistency and dedication to homework and to study in order to accomplish that goal. A person that wants to start a business, it's not just about creating the website. No, you've got to have follow through, but you've got to do it. But you talk yourself out of it. I want you to change the way you think about yourself and how you view what you're trying to accomplish in the world. And I want you, come here, to stop talking yourself out of it. At the negotiation table, stop cross examining your failures and start bringing in evidence of your ability to do it. You have accomplished so much. You've conquered so much. You've started it for everybody else. Why can't you do it for yourself? Stop talking yourself out of it. Stop talking yourself out of it. Stop talking yourself out of it. You convinced yourself that going to the gym wasn't necessary. Why? What excuse did you use? Let me ask you a different question. How are you able to come up with excuses for why not to do it and not come up with excuses for why you should? You've got to have a stronger defense. And here's the thing, because you're fighting yourself, you know what you need to hear in order to quit. So now I'm going to ask you, what do you need to say to yourself to make you keep going? It is not a race to first place. It's a race to your best. And it starts day by day, decision by decision, thought by thought. Stop talking yourself out of it. You deserve to try again. You deserve to give yourself all of the energy that you have given everyone else. Age is not an excuse. Take that off the table. Money is not an excuse. Take that off the table. Being by yourself and doing it alone is not an excuse. You can do that. Now, here's the thing. It seems valid enough of an excuse to say not to do it, but it is not a valid excuse not to do it. You have every right to be scared about what's coming. You have every right to be worried about what could go wrong. It could go wrong. It could crash, burn, and die. It could, baby. It could. But what if it doesn't? I'm willing to bet my chips on you. I'm willing to convince myself that if you try this, if you do this, you might be better than you ever thought. But you won't ever know because you live in a land of what if. Stop talking yourself out of it. This is just one more move to the rest of your life. You got this. You can do this. So that means you have to recenter and realign your thinking so that what comes out of your mouth is also aligned with your decisions. Stop thinking about the worst case scenario. Start thinking about how you're going to be innovative. It doesn't matter that there's 500,000 other people doing it. Take that excuse off the table. There is space in the world for you. We're waiting on you. But you've got to stop talking yourself out of it. Even with how we compare ourselves to other people, take those examples off the table. They are not you. If they were you, I would be talking to them. But I'm not talking to them because they did it. Ha! See how I set you up there? You got this. You got this. If your circle doesn't support you, you might need to find another circle. Now, hear me. When I say stop talking yourself out of it, I'm talking about those things that are productive. I am not talking about you going to send that toxic letter. I'm not talking about you going to jump into debt on something that you know isn't best for you. What I am saying is, you know there is something your heart has wanted to do. You know there is something that's a passion place for you in your life, something that you've wanted to do for yourself, that you deserved it, and you know that you should be doing this. Go for it. Go for it. You invest your energy in things that aren't going anywhere for other people. Why don't you invest that same energy for yourself? Take a deep breath with me. Exhale. I want you to repeat after me. I can do this. I can do this. One more time. I can do this. You got to say it to yourself as many times as you need to hear it. What you cannot do is quit. I forbid you to quit on yourself again. This is the talk you needed to hear. And you know someone else who needs to hear it. I want you to share this with them and text them and say, hey, you can't quit. The world is waiting on you. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. And until next time, be affirmed.